We can't wait to see all your business ideas and what you've been coming up with and what you've developed. However, the pitch is really important to communicate those ideas across to us in the Lizards Lair. Megan has given you some real top tips for your pitches.
It's really important that you talk about the challenges that you came across when coming up with your business idea, and mention sort of how you approached and overcome those challenges as well.
She works at Twinkl in the Twinkl Hive, listening to real business pitches, so she knows exactly what she's looking for a pitch, and it's really good practice for you to be able to pitch your ideas. So see what you can learn from Megan, because she has got some amazing tips ready for you. Hello everybody, so we're very excited. We've got Megan here from Twinkl, who actually works in the Twinkl Hive. And Megan, do you want to explain what it is you do at the Twinkl Hive and what your job is?
Yeah, of course. So I work in the Twinkl Hive team at Twinkl, and we help people with new technology businesses to succeed, and we help them to improve their businesses by giving them lots of guidance and support, and all the businesses that we help aim to use their technology to have a really positive impact on the world around us.
That's amazing. So you literally are helping businesses to get up and running, to get going, and helping the world as well. So that's an amazing job.
Exactly.
And so it's kind of a side aspects of Twinkl that you don't really think about. Like, it's not something you'd necessarily know about if you subscribe to Twinkl, would you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So what do you think, having worked with all these businesses, makes a successful business?
Yeah, I think that there are definitely lots of different things that make a successful business. But I think that one of the most important things is being flexible. And being flexible within a business context means that those involved in the business are sort of happy to change the business idea based on what their customers say, or if a better opportunity appears as well. And I think it's very important to remember that new businesses often change a lot of times as they grow. So the idea that you started out with initially might not be the same idea that you end up with a few months down the line.
That's a lovely thing to say to all of our budding entrepreneurs. So actually, even if this one doesn't work, you've got to continually be flexible and change and stuff. And is there a common feature you see in all the entrepreneurs you work with then? Because they're all very flexible, but is there anything else you see that they've got?
Yeah, definitely. I think that all of the entrepreneurs that we work with at Twinkl Hive are extremely passionate about the problem that they want to solve with their product, and they have a very clear and well thought out plan of how their product is going to solve the problem that they've identified. I think that the entrepreneurs that we work with are very curious as well, and they always are looking for any new opportunities, but perhaps most importantly, they're very ambitious and very determined to succeed as well. So they work super hard and are dedicated to sort of reaching the goals that they set for themselves.
I love all of those things you've said, because they really kind of show the kind of aspects you need as well to keep you up and running, like having that passion, that drive to keep going. Is there anything that you notice people often overlook when they're trying to start a business, that you have people coming in and they always like miss that area or something, or they don't look at as much as they should do?
Yeah, I think that sometimes when people have a new business idea that they've just come up with, it can be so exciting that people can be tempted to maybe make their product available for customers to buy without correctly planning beforehand. So no plan can sometimes mean that you might run out of money, or that you maybe aren't prepared for activities such as advertising, which is really important for letting people know about your business, and it also helps you to understand more about your customers as well. And I think that people who carefully plan and set themselves those clear goals when they start their business are definitely more likely to succeed in the long term.
That's really good. So it's not just jumping straight ahead and getting on with it. Actually, the more planning you can do, the better, kind of, the more you're going to keep going. Oh, amazing. So you've said about the flexibility of people. Is there anything you've noticed in business or yourself that in business you've had to overcome using that flexibility? So what's like the biggest challenge you've seen somebody or even yourself face that they've had to overcome?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think one of the main things is perhaps that the time it can take before a business idea takes off. So it often does take a long time and a lot of hard work before you start to see your business idea succeed. And I think when people start a new business, they often have to dedicate lots of time and effort to something where, you know, they're not quite sure what will happen with it in the future. And I definitely think that those that don't give up and that sort of learn from their mistakes along the way are definitely most likely to overcome any challenges that they face.
That is a really good one. And I'm just going to mention now, or if you haven't already watched a previous video where we interview someone who runs a food shop, he started from nothing and he found it very anxious trying to run a business, but he did a little bit every day. It took him a long time, but he did a little bit every day and he did get there. So yeah, exactly what you're talking about. So it's interesting that, you know, the big challenge is kind of keeping yourself going. And you're going to be a judge for the final presentation. So you're going to have a look at some of these pitches and see what business ideas people have come up with. What sorts of things might you be looking for in those pitches?
Yeah, very excited about the final pitches. I think I'd definitely be looking for people to tell the story behind their business. So starting with the problem that they're trying to solve and why that problem is important to them. I think in the final pitch, you really want to make sure that the person that you're presenting to understands how much you care about your business as well. And it's really important that you talk about the challenges that you came across when coming up with your business idea, and mention sort of how you approached and overcome those challenges as well.
Oh, amazing. So what's your top tip for presentation then?
Yes, I think that presenting for the first time can be quite nerve-wracking, but there's definitely a few things that you can do to help stay calm. I definitely recommend spending some time practicing your presentation beforehand. You could write a small script and then perform it to friends or family. Definitely don't forget to ask them for feedback as well and where you could improve, because taking on feedback is really important to make sure your presentation is the best it can be. And also when you're presenting, make sure you don't rush, because that can make it difficult for the person listening to understand you. So yeah, take lots of deep breaths and remember that you're very well prepared.
This is amazing. I feel like I should be making notes right now, writing on these things down. And finally, what is your absolute favourite thing about business and working with all these businesses?
Oh, my absolute favourite thing. I think my absolute favourite thing is being able to offer support to entrepreneurs to get their sort of business idea growing, and their business idea is something that they're super passionate about, and it's just great to be able to sort of join them on that journey, and yeah, to help them to grow it and make it as successful as it can be.
That is so brilliant. Well, thank you so much for all your time, Megan. That's been amazing.
No problem, thank you.
That was such useful advice from Megan, all about showing your passion and just keeping going with all of your different business ideas, especially remaining flexible. You can watch all of these videos as many times as you want because they are full of such useful information when you're coming up with your business plans, and the lizards will be waiting in the lair ready to watch those pitches. We can't wait to see them.